Kcy Youth.
It is our last KCY on the line service tonight. It's sad,
Sad
but
days.
it's kind of also really not sad because if it's your first time here tonight, it is your last. But
First, you're last. You're not first, you're last.
next week is Connect Groups, right?
Connect
And
Groups
we're
is
meeting
happening.
in person.
Yes, Connect Groups is happening
We're meeting
in person.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be
Guys.
meeting. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be 6 feet
feet
apart,
apart.
obviously.
Socially distant.
Some of y'all need
Safe.
that more than others, but
Yeah.
of course, we're going to be hanging out.
Because we cannot just do screen time anymore, guys. This is real life.
We're done.
We're
done with Zoom.
We are hashtag done with Zoom.
We're done with YouTube. Well,
Okay.
we're not done with YouTube.
We're
but
not done with YouTube.
yeah.
We're hella live with YouTube.
Connect Groups. Next week, get in touch with your Connect Group leader. They're going to get in touch with you.
Yes.
They're going to be planning some great, probably some outdoor events, maybe a
Yep.
backyard barbecue.
Art in the park, 6 feet apart.
Art in the park, 6 feet apart, baby.
It's going to be good.
We're literally going to be live in person instead of live on camera.
That's-
It's going to be great.
Like right now, we're really live. Like we're actually live. But like next week, we could like live.
Like I can like sneeze and you'd probably, don't sneeze on each other.
But it won't
Please
hit me 'cause
God,
we're gonna
don't
be 6
sneeze
feet
on each
apart.
other.
All right, let's go to the next. We have social media, you guys. If you're not on social media, if you don't have us on social media, get social media. Follow us on our social media.
Follow us at kc.youth. That's our Instagram.
Yep.
And you can find pretty much any information you need on there.
Instagram's definitely our biggest outlet. So go, you can keep up with us, find out what we're doing. And we also post vlogs.
Posting vlogs.
We post vlogs all the time.
Do some summer vlogs this summer.
We are doing summer things.
Summer
this
with KCY.
It is actually really exciting. We do have summer events this summer.
Summer events this summer.
Summer, baby.
Summer's coming at you. Summer's coming quick. This summer looks a little different. Well, we want to try to make the summer as best as we humanly possibly can. We want this to be the best youth summer.
Woo!
Summer's coming at you. We got
You
some
didn't know
summer
we got
events.
summer, guys.
We love saying summer. That's a fun word to say, summer. So our first event, other than Connect Groups next week, we are
Yeah.
going to be doing if the weather holds up, if
Lord, please.
God just lets us do this, we're going to
Yeah.
do a backyard movie event.
gonna be
It's
great.
probably going to be at HCS because it's a big field, so we
Yeah.
can socially distance properly.
Watch a movie
we do have to cap it
together.
at 50, but we are going to do an outdoor movie. It's going to be amazing.
So good.
Zing.
It's going to be a good summer.
I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you
There'll be
guys.
chips and stuff like that. So, like, come on.
Yep.
Chips.
Chips. Some pop.
Chips, dude. Be there.
Yeah, be there.
Dude, chips. For real.
Chips.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Next week also, we have our last Bible study of the season.
Rip City.
Woo!
Rip City.
It is very sad. But we also had one today, and if you missed it, you can actually go check it out because it's still up.
Yeah, check it out.
We had
on
Maddie and Annie do it.
kc.youth. Instagram.
Kcy.youth on Instagram. It's up there on the story. Next week is our last one. So make sure you be there for that. If not, it's okay because it's going to be up on the story all day next
All
week.
day. All
8
day,
a.m. Instagram live. Beauty. We also have a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel. You're probably watching it right now, KCY
You're on it.
Church. If you didn't
So
subscribe,
convenient
hit
that
that
the subscribe button
red
is like right
subscribe. Hit it.
there. Down there.
Hit that subscribe button.
Go subscribe and comment and share. And hey, if you're on the stream, share it right now so everybody can see it.
Share
and
it with
join
your friends.
And have
Get
fun.
in that live chat.
In the
We got
live.
some people monitoring live chat. We're going to shout out
We do.
to whoever's on the live chat.
I'm pretty sure Brooklyn Hush is on youth right
Obviously.
now. Shout out Brooklyn Hush.
Mila Lalonde, saw that.
Mila Lalonde, we saw you there.
Saw that. I don't know who else is on there. Who else is on there, Jamin? Logan. Wow, I'm getting
shout
mixed
some
up
peeps
names
out.
every day. Nobody talking. Shout out Logan on the youth chat, on
Shout
the
out.
KCY Church
Boom.
YouTube live chat right now. We'll give you some shout outs because we're live. We can do that.
Legitimately live.
We're allowed to do that. So today, we
Yep.
have a very special
We do.
presentation,
We really do.
game, whatever you want to call it.
This is so
live,
exciting.
amazing event today happening right now.
Right now, baby, live.
Live, baby. We got two special guests
We do.
helping us out with a game. What game we playing?
We're playing Box of Lies.
So like I said, two special guests. We got Steven Knapp
Steven,
and
come
Justin
on up, sir.
Larrett
Justin,
up in the house,
Welcome.
hanging out with us today. Steven Knapp weighing in at a whopping 200 and something pounds.
200 something. Nothing
Eats
can compare.
healthy every day, as you can see. His
Kale,
biceps are massive.
all
His
the greens.
mustache is brilliant.
Probably
Steven
carrot
Knapp,
juice.
everybody.
Makes sense.
Recently a dad of one.
Yeah, recently died.
Congratulations on that. We love
Woo.
that.
And we have Justin Larrett sitting at probably three something.
300 pounds. 300 pounds. Justin is looking slimmer than 300 pounds.
Hey, don't underestimate. He's got biceps.
Bucket
You don't know what's
85.
hiding under that sweater.
Exactly. He's got some muscles in there. And he's ready to flex.
Yeah.
He's got some flowing hair, too.
It's their first time being on the live stream in a long time, so they're kind of a little socially awkward at the moment.
They're just socially distancing, socially awkward.
Trying to just get into the rhythm and flow of things. But anyways.
They're going to play Box of Lies with us
They're going to play
today.
Box of Lies, and we should probably explain how the game goes.
Yeah, explain the game of Box of Lies.
So basically we have boxes. They're going to sit in their chairs pretty soon, but there's 3 boxes they each have. And both of them they'll take turns. They'll put a box in front of them, and there's an item inside the box. And the items are a little whack. They're crazy and a little weird.
They don't know what items are in the box.
They don't know.
These are mystery
so it's gonna be a surprise.
items.
It's a mystery items, mystery box. Super awesome. So they're gonna look in it, and they're gonna take turns. Steven maybe will go first. Don't know. Steven will look at his item, and he'll explain what's in the box. But the trick, Steven can lie or he can tell the truth.
And it's Justin's. It's his goal to determine if Steven is either lying or telling the truth.
Exactly.
So we're going to see what happens.
We're going to see what happens.
Are you guys ready to play Box of Lies?
Box of Lies.
It looks like they're so ready to play Box of Lies. I think they're going to do a rock, paper, scissors to start.
Well, let's see. Well, do you guys want to we can take a seat. Thank you, fellas. Take a seat. We're going to start the game. Oh, both scissors.
Wow.
All
right.
Competition is on. Let's break that tie, fellas.
Let's do this.
How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
It's been a coon's age.
It has. Good to see you in person. Sort of.
It's nice to be seen in person.
Sort of.
Want to play a game?
I'd love to play games, Steven.
What you got in mind?
I have so many things in mind. But first on my mind is... What do we call this game? What's this bit?
Bin of truth?
Yeah.
Bins of
truth.
Bins.
Bears.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to go first here?
New dad, hats off to you.
All right.
Give me your worst.
That makes sense. Let's see what we got. All right. I have here what I have here for the audience's benefit. Okay. I can describe this pretty easily. It's porcelain.
Porcelain.
It's covered in fowl. I'm thinking geese. I'm thinking swans. We got a nice picture of a parachute in the background. Looks like these birds are family. Mother, father, babies, and all that. What makes this exciting is this is actually a container of sorts. And inside the container, we have... This is a live plant. Like, this is lettuce actually planted.
Like, more live than we're live.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Like, somebody was worried about the coronavirus. Someone's worried about running out of food, so they planted lettuce in a porcelain container. You know, so it'd sit on your windowsill. You water it every 5 or 6 days, I'm guessing. And then 6 years later, you'd eat it.
6 years later. So if that detail is not true, and I call you a liar.
I'm not a botanist. I mean, maybe you could eat it in 6 hours. But
Okay.
this
yeah.
is a plant that you would eat.
I won't read into it too far.
Yeah.
So my chief concern, you said there was many kinds of fowl.
Well, it might just be one fowl. I'm not a fowl expert either. But I'm thinking swans or geese or both. They're all white fowl.
Strictly waterfowl, then.
I don't... Strictly.
Strictly.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, none of them are in the water. They're standing on grass.
Strictly, they're all good.
Yeah. Truth be told, I mean...
This is way harder than I thought it would be. I mean, I've known Steven for like 20 years.
And I've never lied, so why
He's
start
never
now?
lied.
Right.
Never.
Yeah.
So no history to go off of in those 20 years. Well, you got to be telling the truth. Or is this the first time?
I am telling the truth. Well done. Point for Justin. Wow.
All
Can we
right.
show it? Am I allowed to show it to him? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Right?
Oh. Very cool.
Exactly what you pictured, right?
Yeah.
To the T.
The handle is neat, but not functional. So
Handle's
Thank you,
neat,
Value
it's nice
Village.
to eat.
okay, what do we got? Getting a good look at that out there? Take a real good look. Okay. This is a treat. It's a treat because in front of me are many things sweet. These things sweet are treats that you could eat. But not all things in front of me are treats that you would want to eat. Some of them are non-treat treats, treats with feet. These feet are little multicolored unicorns arranging a wreath that you might want to hang on a door that you could put on your house at Christmas time. But underneath this wreath, underneath this wreath is a book of Bible readings for singles.
That's what the cover says. Bible readings for singles.
Yeah, totally. And the sweet things. This is so appropriate.
Could
What-
you read
what
me one thing from one Bible reading for a single? Give me an example.
Be ready in and out of season. So just to paint a bit more context for you, Adam and Eve, not single in the garden, what sweet thing did they maybe or may not have partaken of?
Unicorns.
Unicorns, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apples, I guess.
Okay, so
Yeah.
is it like a evergreen wreath?
Oh, please define evergreen.
You know, like a pine or a fir, like something that you'd put up at Christmas.
Still not helping me. We didn't have Christmas trees growing up.
Right, yeah, because of your
Condition.
condition. That's right. Okay, so the unicorns are multicolored or single color unicorns, but there's multiple ones that are different colors.
Well, there's some main colors, and you'd catch that pun for
Main,
sure. Yeah,
nice, yeah.
Definitely.
Horse jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, wait. One more Bible reading and I'll make my decision.
Oh, okay. Okay, do not defile the marriage bed is in there somewhere. I'm sure. It's gotta be.
Oh, so you can't read that book?
I can't read.
Oh, right. Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
It's the wrong guy to play with. What is the singles thing? Is it a book?
Well, yeah. I think that's what I
You
said.
can't open it and
Well,
read something?
I mean, maybe. Maybe not.
I think you're lying.
We got some truth, baby. All right, let's have a proper reading, shall we? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save that. All right, what do you got? Give me your next best.
All right, so I'm struggling here.
All right, I'm feeling warmed up. I'm ready to go. Locked and loaded.
All right. We got another porcelain object. It is a sea creature. It looks like the fins were broken off, and so they used construction paper to put new fins on it, make it seaworthy. Taped to the top of it are you familiar with the Paw Patrol franchise?
No.
All right, it's a children's thing. It's actually probably, I would think, one of the most famous children's TV shows right now.
Okay.
So they're hot glued to the top of it as if they're riding the sea creature. I don't know what was wrong with its eyes before, but now it's got googly eyes. And I think really this was in a garbage can. Someone pulled it out, threw on some googly eyes and construction paper and Paw Patrol creatures and called it a game.
Ooh. Well, I don't know if this is cheating, but I don't care. I could hear your ring tinking against something sounding porcelain. So I'm going to go with... I'm going to go for a full meal deal. It's got to be true. Construction paper, you don't just think of that if it's not in front of you. Truth.
But this guy does.
Oh, nicely done.
Thank you. It's a penguin.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. Okay. So,
Hit me with it.
I have on here a little porcelain hand soap dispenser that says, "Please push me." And unfortunately, this is kind of surprising me. This one's pretty straightforward. It's just a porcelain apple, which is kind of nice, but I suspect the soap inside does not smell of apples.
Well, I suspect. Why don't you pump some out? Oh, I could hear that.
It is. It's not soap.
And it says, "Please push me."
It says, "Please push me." And I did.
I want that to be true, but I don't. Seems like a weird thing to be written on a soap dispenser. I said truth last time, right?
You did.
No, I said false, and it
You
was
said
true.
false.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go. Play the odds. I'm gonna go false again.
It is false.
Yes.
But it does say, "Please push me." It's just a hamburger full of ketchup. So thanks for that.
Oh man. All right, I'm down to my last one here.
All right, what are we? We're 1 for 1.
We're one apiece.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting.
Did we decide what winner gets, loser regrets?
Did I? Was it a? I think. Oh. Whoever wins should get all of these prizes.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm not going home without that ketchup dispenser.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. As long as Annie Rabidou is cool with that. I'm told she put these together. 10 out of 10 so far.
And.
Thank you.
All right. This smells really good. It smells cinnamony. Do you smell that? Let it waft a bit.
I just smell ketchup.
Do you remember this? This actually really hits close to home. It's nostalgic. Do you remember my favorite cereal for like probably 2 or 3 years?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
This is what it is. This is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They opted out of milk. Looks like they used water. So it's a nice big orange bowl filled with Cinnamon Toast Crunch, more than any man should eat. And I'm thinking water is the lubricant here. But there's more to this. So we have 3 Kinder Surprise chocolate eggs, unopened. We'll enjoy those later. But the weirdest part of it all, the only thing I haven't seen before, is a giant Kinder Egg man. He's got Kinder on his belly. He's throwing up a 1 finger. He's got 3 fingers and a thumb. He's throwing up a 1. And it looks, I'm going to put my mic down for a second. It looks like he opens up.
Oh, he does. Okay. Kinder Man Surprise.
Hear that open?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he opened right up. And he was empty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he empty? So you said we'd share the 3 Kinder eggs, which is very generous.
Generous guy.
What if in the Kinder Man is something else sweet that you just want to keep?
So I lied.
So you lied. Because I know how much you love candy, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I
Not
don't.
true.
No.
I think you talked me through all the discoveries as you discovered them, the man opening. Too much. Liar!
Read it and sleep.
Oh,
It's exactly that.
that's so good.
It
and
smells
gross.
so good.
Okay, dang, I gotta.
I might have
You gotta
this.
be wrong.
Yeah. Well, Annie told me to be careful with that last one. What was I gonna do? Break some cereal and chocolate?
I just make a mess.
Make a mess. All right, last one. It's exciting.
Okay,
Okay.
so I have a nice little statue of you.
I want to say lie right now.
But not just you. In addition to you is Leah, your wife, and Co, your son.
My son.
Your son.
My boy.
Your boy.
I've abandoned my son.
2007.
Sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's the date of a movie. All right.
What kind of statue? Talking porcelain?
We're not talking porcelain. Think Dutch.
I'm thinking porcelain. Cheese.
Well, think what I would think when I think Dutch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, imagine, okay, you, but you have dancing feet. Because your feet are definitely wider than these bad boys.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what else is good?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No. Just that, I guess.
Yeah.
So what's the statue made out of?
It's like, It's not porcelain. You're wearing some, like, real clothes, though. Like,
It's different.
but for smaller people.
So the statue that's on the table there isn't life size, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
No. You saw the ease with which I picked it up, right?
Well, you're a pretty strong guy, though.
Well, thank you.
So you're not going to tell me what it's made out of, eh?
Well, you've got... Because I don't know what the people are made of, but there is some actual cloth here. Let's call it paper mache-ish.
Okay.
but just like better.
But it's clearly my wife, my son, and I. Are we painted?
Unless I'm like an idiot.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty sure I know you guys better than that. I think everyone out there can confirm.
All right.
Yeah, it's you.
Well, they were very specific about me sitting there and you sitting there. Which I always wondered
Oh.
why, and this would
Going for the
explain
meta
why.
approach.
Yeah. You're
thought
not
it was
giving me a
'cause-
lot of details to work with, which sucks. But for the sake of digging into this chocolate, I'm gonna say it's true.
It's true.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So I guess you can keep that.
I guess I can.
Yeah.
I wonder how long this was on Annie's nightstand before she brought it to this game.
Yeah, that's a question that
In what, 6, 7
I'll
months?
just step right out of. Yeah.
Man,
Man, you know what I
Wow.
think it was? Nicely done.
thank you.
When we were kids, I used to tell Steven nonsense all the time. He didn't do the same to me, so he had some experience as far as discerning nonsense from sense.
That's right.
But
Man,
speaking of sense, I got to get this ketchup off my hand.
that's good sense.
Until next time, I guess, hey?
Well, great game.
Yeah.
That was close,
Yeah, don't
wasn't
shake
it?
your head.
That
We didn't
was
actually
close.
Oh, thank you so much,
hand touch.
Justin.
shake.
The air
And
touch.
Steven for that
Yeah.
incredible game. Thank you for playing.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
who won that game?
Steven.
Steven clearly won. Wow.
2 out of 3 right.
If you're at home right now,
Steven
give Steven a clap.
won.
Everyone, the silent
Thank
Clap.
you.
little hand
Clap.
clap.
Thank you,
Clap.
Steven. Thank you,
Thank you so
Justin.
much. Thank you so much for playing Box of Lies.
Beautiful.
Until next time. Until next, hopefully.
Oh, I hope.
I hope so.
I hope we
That was a
bring them
treat.
back, that's for sure.
If you heard us laughing, that was real. I was on the floor.
Real tears.
I can't handle Justin's humor. And Steven, yeah, just them
How do you
together.
handle it?
So, hey, we're going to get ready for worship. We just need some time to clean up the stage.
Clean up the ketchup.
So, we're going to just play some music for you guys.
Yeah.
And
Don't go
stand
anywhere.
by. Yeah, don't go anywhere.
We'll be right
We'll
back.
be right back. What would be really funny is to hear all that chatter.
Welcome back, everybody. We're so excited to be here with you guys. Just put down your distractions, come and worship with us. At break of day, in hope we rise, we speak your name, we lift our eyes, tune our hearts into your beat. Where we walk, there you'll be, a fire in our eyes, our lives alight, your love untamed, it's blazing out, the streets will glow, forever bright, your glory's breaking through the night. You will never fade away, your love is here to stay by my side, and my light is shining through me every day. You will never fade away, your love is here to stay by my side, and my light is shining through me every day. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. With fire in our eyes, our lives alight, your love untamed is blazing out. The streets will glow forever bright. Your glory's breaking through the night. You will never fade away. Your love is here to stay by my side, and my light shining through me every day. You will never fade away. Your love is here to stay by my side, and my light shining through me every day. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. Forever, forever, forever in your love. Forever, forever, forever in your love. Forever, forever, forever in your love. Forever, forever, forever. We know that you will never fade away. Your love is here to stay by my side, and my light shining through me every day. You will never fade away. Your love is here to stay by my side, and my light shining through me every day. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. You wake within me, wake within me. You're in my heart forever. Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free you do it again? Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. Move of your spirit, heaven break out. Come now in power, cover this land like you've done it before. Would you do it again? Heaven break out. Heaven break out. Heaven break out. Heaven break out.
Thank you, Jesus. How we need you, God. How we need you, Lord. To come and move in this world. How desperate we are for you, God. Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. Move of your spirit, heaven break out. Come now in power, cover this land like you've done it before. Would you do it again? Lord, send revival. Lord, send it now. Move of your spirit, heaven break out. Come now in power, cover this land like you've done it before. Would you do it again?
Well, I'm sure by now you've probably been following the news. You've been probably you following social media and everything that's going on in our world right now, and especially very prominent in America with the racial injustice that is kind of plaguing our media and plaguing our world right now. But I just wanted to address it just for a few moments here, and I really just want to pray, and I really want us to be aware. It's really easy, I think, for us to just think it's an American problem because it's so loud down there right now, but really it's a humanity problem. It's a problem in our hearts. It's a problem in the hearts across the world, and really, if you're wondering maybe what you can do in this situation, and sometimes, especially for someone like me who's white, and I can tell you that I will never understand the pain of what some people are going through right now. I can't. It's like I can't put myself in their shoes because I've never experienced that pain. But I'll tell you what you can do right now. You can look at yourself in the mirror, and it starts with you. It starts with your heart. It starts first with me. And I have to look at the mirror, and I have to say, God, change me, change my heart. Because you can pass laws, you can make things legal, but really the way that this is going to change and the way that we're going to change this is starts with me. It starts with you. It starts by looking in the mirror today and saying, man, God, what is going on in my heart? And I think it's really easy for us to just, post on social media. I'm not saying that posting is bad. I think that that's great. We should be, supporting and it's a voice, but I think really we have to look into our own hearts and say, man, what's going on in here? What's going on in my heart? It starts with you evaluating that part. And then it starts in your home. What are you tolerating around you? Are you holding your friends accountable? And then as the circle grows, are you holding the authorities accountable? Are you holding the next level, the politicians accountable? But it starts with you. It starts with me looking into the mirror and saying, God, change me. change me. And it should break your heart what's going on right now. You know, it should make you angry because it's not. It's like that song we sang that we're children of God. We are all collectively, we're children. We're of the same family. We might look different, we might look unique, and that's the way God made it. But we're all in this together, and I might not understand the pain fully, but I can stand next to somebody and say, hey, I'm with you. And that's what we're doing. That's what KCY is about. We are. I'm going to say it. We're against racism here at KCY and KCC Church. We are not for racism. We are anti-racism, and we will fight against racism however we can. But right now, it starts with you and me saying, God, change me. Not the finger out there. Change them. It's change. It's change me. Change me. So I just want to pray with you right now. If you're watching at home right now, I just want you to put your hand on your heart right now, and I want you to just pray with me. Right now, we're just going to pray for God to send revival. Heal our land, God. Heal our hearts, God. Heal the brokenness in this world. We all came into 2020 thinking, man, this is going to be the best year ever. We all came into it a little bit naive, but I think that this year, 2020, is about opening our eyes to seeing how broken our world really, really is. God, would you open my eyes and not be ignorant to the world around me? God, give me empathy and compassion for those who are hurting. God, change me first. Change me first. God, we need your love. We need your healing power in our world right now. God, would you help us to see with 2020 vision, to not be blind, but to see clearly. That is what 2020 vision is all about. That's what we started this year. A lot of pastors came into it thinking, man, we're going to have clear vision. We're having clear vision right now. We're seeing a broken world that needs Jesus more than ever. And we need to not be scared. We need to stand up, whether you're white, whether you're Caucasian, whether you're Asian, whether you're red, whether you're black. It doesn't matter who you are. We need to stand up and see and take off the blinders and start to see, say, in the mirror, hey, I need to change. And it starts with me. And that's where it starts inside of ourselves. God, would you help us to see a broken world, and not just to see it, but to reach out, not just to see it and sit back on our couches and post, but to attend a protest, to see someone and ask a story, ask them to tell their story, try to understand what they're going through, and to stand with each other, not to be against each other, not to point the finger, but to reach out our hands in love, to reach out our hands in compassion, to reach out our hands in empathy, and start shutting this and opening these, and to see our world needs God, our world needs Jesus. God, would you open our eyes right now? Open our eyes, open our ears, and most of all, open our heart. Open our hearts. We need you. We need you more than ever. Only by your love. Only by your love. We love you. We're so grateful for you. God, that you died on a cross, not in vain. That you died for every single person, every single soul to have ever walked this earth is inherently valuable in your eyes, God. Let us have eyes like you to see the inherent value that you've put on all of your children. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen. Man, I don't know how to move on from this moment, but man, we're open to conversation with you. If you have questions in this time, please reach out. Please reach out. We want to be here as much as we can. And like I said, we're going to be moving to in-person conversations in small groups, but we want to have a conversation. We want to talk about this. We're not scared of this topic. It makes us uncomfortable, and that's good, because I think we're a little bit too comfortable in Canada and in our modern world. And we want to be open to that conversation. So like I said, you can message us, you can message your leaders, message us on Instagram. Some of us are going to be attending the rally that's on Friday. I can't remember what time it's at, but we're going to be there, and we're going to be praying beforehand as a group. And so if your parents are allowing you to go, make sure you go with your parents' permission. But we want to support our brothers and sisters in Christ that are struggling right now. And yeah, so thank you, worship team. You guys are amazing. I'm going to ask Jamin just to stay up here with us. And tonight is looking a little bit different. We're going to be, I actually asked some of our leaders, you guys can come up, some of our leaders to share some of their stories and to share, we call it hard truths. Sometimes we go through hard things, and I think that everyone together is going through hard things, and we're all experiencing some level of uncomfortability. And I just wanted our leaders to share just some of the stories and some times in their life where they had something hard happen and they learned from it, and it was eye-opening. And so, yeah, I've asked Jonah and Amos and Amber and Vanessa. They're going to be hanging out with us today. And I'm just going to be up here. I'm not going to be speaking. I'm just here for moral support. Yeah, Amos, you can go right there. We're going to make sure that we're nice and far apart. So I might scoot over. There we go. Always the awkward transition, but we make it work. We're here. I'm excited. I'm excited to be with you guys. So thankful that you guys were willing to share for a few moments here. I'm going to pass my mic off to you if that's okay. I did wash my hands before this, so yeah, is that all right? Awesome. Love you, Amos.
All right, thank you, Pastor Malachi. So today we have the topic of hard truths. So what I have for me is, what I named my title thing is to see trials as training. So I'll kind of jump in with a bit of a backstory. So for me, growing up, I grew up in Thailand, and I kind of just pretty much had everything I needed because my parents were amazing and they spoiled me, and I absolutely loved everything. So I always had this wrong thought growing up that, if I was a good Christian, if I did all, the Christian-y stuff, if I do all the do's and I don't do all the don'ts, everything's just going to fall in my lap. It's just going to be perfect, rainbows and unicorns, all that good stuff. But so yeah, that was me growing up at high school. I never had anything hard because my parents were always there. They've always given me everything I needed, kind of almost spoiled me down there. So I didn't really have any chores other than taking the trash out. That's probably the only chore I had growing up until I graduated. So yeah, that was great. And then things changed. So I graduated, and then from seeing my parents every day, seeing my friends every day, the next day it came to not seeing my family, not seeing my friends for a year straight. So it was a crazy transition. But I was like, it's normal. When everyone becomes an adult, you just move out, and things are gonna be great. So that's what I came into this. So from Thailand, I moved to Canada, and I'm like, if I'm gonna be a good Christian, I'm gonna do the do's, and everything's just gonna fall on my lap. It's gonna be great, but it was completely the opposite. I ran into so many issues. I had financial issues. My car breaking down. Just things in my daily life just didn't go, and I was like, what is going on? So I was getting really annoyed. And on the Bible app, they have plans. So I was sometimes just scrolling, and I found one on faith. It's a while back, so I can't remember what it's called. But so yeah, one thing that stuck to me was James 1:2-4, and I'm just read it. So it says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. So the first part of this is count it all joy, my brothers, when you face trials, and that's super duper hard. Like, who in their right mind can have joy in trials? So I'm just going to jump to another verse, 1 Corinthians 10:13, then I'll jump right back. And this one says, He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear, but when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. So when I read that, and I have that other verse there, I know that God's in control no matter what. So when I face these trials, I can face them with joy because I know that God's in control no matter what goes. He's never going to put me in a position where, like, it's too much for me. So then moving on from there, the second part of the verse, it says, For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. So it talks about through these moments we build our faith, and you can also see it as, growing character, just personal growth, getting closer to God. And that's another way I took it as, is during those times, those trials were hard, and things didn't come my way, but I grew so much from that. So I just encourage you all that when you face hard times, see those trials and those hard times as training, as it's like kind of like equipping you. And just know that God's on the other side. He already knows the end results. He doesn't put you there and leave you there. So just see it as like a training moment, and it just builds you up. And I just want to end on these two things that I wrote. It might not be a repeat, but it's what I wrote is, God is in control, and we will always face hard times. Let's see it as training. So no matter how perfect I am, how much I read the Bible, like, I'm still going to face these hard things. And one thing I like to say to myself when I'm facing hard problems is, your problems yesterday can be your promotion tomorrow. And that's something that always hits me, is like, you know what? Like, it's like a training moment. Like, I'm going to try to find joy in it, as hard as it is. But so that's my hard truth.
Okay, cool. That was really good, Amos. Thanks. So I'm kind of talking about living with a purpose, but I'm just going to go straight into the Bible verse. It's Ecclesiastes 6:7. All man's labor is for nothing more than to fill his stomach, yet his appetite is never satisfied. So I'm just going to go into just a brief story. Maybe like a year ago, whatever, just like before COVID, quarantine happened. My friend and I were FaceTiming. She's like my mentor, and she was just asking, like, Amber, like, how's your life? What are you doing? So I told her, I'm like slowly taking over my dad's business. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm just like keeping busy and stuff. She's like, wow. She's like, okay, you're so busy, but like, how is your like quiet time? How are you in the prayer life? How are you in the Word? And I was like, honestly, I'm not there. I've just been so busy. And so she's like, Amber, like, you want to grow into this business, but if you're not getting into the Word, if you're not letting God come with you in that, like, there's not going to be a healthy foundation, healthy seed to grow from. So I'm going to go into it. So I find that now, since quarantine happened, we are slowly, having more of like alone time, and we can't go out as we'd like. And so, you think, okay, as a Christian, since I can't go out, I can, have more of my quiet time. I can pray. I can worship with my friends and stuff. FaceTime through. And, but then, like, people are like, well, now, like, this career I built, this job I'm, like, trying to work for, this, like, community I've been really thriving in, is, like, it's gone. It's, like, on pause. It's, like, what the heck? That's, like, not fair. What's going on and stuff, right? And then the Lord goes, like, I know you've built so much hard work into this. He's like, because you built it and I didn't, I can't stand on it. And so it's like we're going back to like Genesis 1, and how in the beginning, the world was like formless and it was out void, and God and the Holy Spirit came and like He built that foundation for us. And so He's like, because if He didn't build it, it cannot hold His Spirit. And so I think like when I'm trying to go pursue this business and stuff, I need to make sure God is with me in that, because if I'm doing this by myself and not counting on the Lord, I can guarantee that 100% down the road, I'm not going to be satisfied with what I'm doing. I'm not going to be as fulfilled in joy because I'm not bringing God with me. And so, okay. So now is the time right now in this quarantine life is to confront the reality of what's in your interior world. And so, because I'm not going to come on that, and okay, bear with me. So, basically, like, because I'm not going to come and build on that, it's like, I need you to clear that path. I need you to clear this road you want to take on. And because I'm going to come, okay, I'm going to come, and I'm going to fulfill myself in that. He's like, I want to be ready to encounter what you have, but because you're so full of yourself, you're not letting me come. And so I have something. I want to make sure it's right. If you're too full of yourselves, I cannot fill you with myself. So basically, if you're too full of self, there's no space for a Holy Spirit. So basically, the Lord's like, just lay it down and let me come and count you in this career. So like, you guys, middle school, high school, you are graduated, and you want to go into school and you want to build this career. I'm just going to tell you, make sure you are laying it down with God, and that's his foundation, because you're never going to get anywhere you want to be without him. And so I think it's cool, and especially for me, trying to pursue this business, I'm going to make sure that the Lord's with me 100% of the way. So, yeah.
Okay, so a big thing, is I want to talk about straight away is, I know I'm not going to get too much into it again, and because I think even Vanessa's going to talk a little bit about it, and it's just like, so mainly is like growing up, I guess colored or whatever, but I was raised like white, I guess. I was so kind of like whitewashed in my life, but I have such a strong connection to just looking back into what, this, like what any colored people went through. It's just such a serious topic, and I kind of want to just bring how it's going on and cover that a little bit, and just kind of go into another point of it, just coming from that. So, and I watch what's going on. I watch this, this racism and protesting and idea that it is, it is so interesting, because I have such different views on it. It is wrong. Everything is like it's wrong to hate on people. That's kind of my main point of it. But also at the same time, I am an idea where it's, I watch what's going on, and what the protests sometimes are turning into is like destroying the community. And what I really want to see is just, again, like, some of us will be there at Stewart Park or whatever soon, and really just not going crazy, but going crazy on the Bible and what this says and what it is, and put a different view on everything. Another thing I'm seeing is that it's, I don't know if it's the idea that it's getting worse, but it is so much filmed and viewed so easily now that it gets turned in, like it just goes crazy, and it's just very interesting to see it so much. And and a bit yeah, and I kind of want to go right into an idea here, is what they said, what it says in the Bible of how love one another as Jesus has loved you. Like exactly what it says. John 13:34-35. By a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. And I kind of want to go back on this, the media idea of it, how, what is it? Sorry. I see so much of what the phone is affecting, and so much of the world impacting what the church is being, instead of, sometimes seeing the church impacting the world. even know that this is a huge power, and the church will always have the biggest effect in my belief. It's sometimes so consumed, even sometimes in the church, and yeah, and like I want to say, it's like, is there anything bad with this? Yes, there's plenty of stuff that that's wrong with what's on here. But the biggest thing is, it is also a great tool at the same time if you know how to use it right. What am I gonna use it for? What am I gonna, how am I gonna spend my time on here, and how am I gonna show other people what my life is about? Am I living a life of like serving the Father, or am I living the life of the false beliefs of the world? What else? I just locked my phone, but yeah. And I don't know, what much else to say, and I guess it's a different idea on the term hard truth. It's a hard truth of our time, and it's of this current age, that the phone and everything can be just so affecting on how we live our lives and how we like be a Christian or whatever, because every day I struggle with the same stuff on there, as probably plenty of you do. But at the same time, just remember that there is someone who loves you out there, and that's, even if there are people hating on you, that there is still the one that will always care for you. There is still the Lord, our Father in heaven, that's willing to get. He gave his life for you, and that's what he's all about. And he wants to be with you and have a relationship with you. So I kind of want to, right as I end here, I want to leave you with just a question to go on with your day, and even just a song recommendation. It's just, so the big question is, I want to give you, are you showing yourself, or are you letting in the false beliefs of the world and so many other things, or are you showing the hard, real truths of what's in this book? That's the big thing. Is like, what is your life so much centered? There's so much stuff in here that can, that can change the world and can change how we live our lives. And and that's all I really have, is just, okay, and then just a little song recommendation. It's called There Was Jesus. It's by Zach Williams, and it's nothing interesting, but just to worship to it and then kind of dissect it. I enjoyed it. I listened to it a lot. And it really is saying is there was Jesus through the hard times, through the good times, everything of what people just go through constantly. If and a time, if you ever feel like you're broken down through what's going on through the phone and stuff, I am here, and plenty of us are here too. Even if it's FaceTime or whatever, 6 feet apart outside right now, we are here for you, and we love you too. So there's not just a one, there are plenty here that care for you and and love who you are as a person.
Hi. I'm just going to throw out a disclaimer that if I cry, I'm sorry. I turned really soft over the past couple years. And the topic the hard truth that was really on my mind is obviously something that I never wanted to believe was happening. And obviously I think you guys can guess what it is. It is racism. And I find it cool because we never actually had time to talk about it, like what we were all talking about. But Amos talked about trial, Amber talked about bringing God with you, and then Jonah talked about love. And we didn't even like plan that, but it was kind of like all the equipment we need to just address this topic. And growing up, living my life, I never thought I thought racism was over. I was like, that was like 50 years ago, man, like we're good now. And I grew up, I'm half white and I'm half Filipino, I'm half Asian. And I was like, yeah, racism's not a thing. It's not, at least not in Canada and at least not in Kelowna. Like we're completely done with that. And I'm like going through school, and then I hear stories of like the people that I love the most, the people that I'm closest with. Like, I don't know if you guys know Moana or Tale or Kalana, like they're literally my family. And I'm hearing all these accusations and this oppression against them. And I still was like, nah, like that's just one person in Kelowna. That's a little weird. But then I kept hearing it more and more. And then this whole thing starts happening. And then yesterday I literally broke, and I was like, this is the hard truth, that it's still happening. And that literally it literally broke me. And like that's like I'm really passionate about this right now. I never was. So like that's why this is kind of confusing me, because I never thought racism would be something that I would have to talk about. But we're hearing all these protests and these riots, especially in the States. It's really bad right now. And I'm seeing a solution, I'm seeing equality, I'm seeing peace, I'm seeing people being united, but I'm missing this big part of what the actual solution is, and it's God and it's love. And what I want to jump into is 1 Corinthians 13:13, and it's 1 Corinthians 13 is about the excellence of love and what love is and all about it. And verse 13, it says, but now these three remain: faith, hope, love. But the greatest of these is love. And I'm like, okay, faith and hope are pretty important. Like, why is the greatest love? And I found this quote by Ben Witherington III. And it says, but love is the greatest because it alone will never fail, and it will never carry on, and it will carry on into the next life. Faith will become sight, and hope will be fulfilled, but love will simply carry on, presumably amplified and purified into a perfect condition. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at all this, the racism and the oppression, and I'm like, these people of color, and I wrote it down, I don't want to miss, this is what I wrote. And I said, I see more clearly now that people of color may have never experienced these three concepts. They have never experienced faith, and they have never experienced hope. And it says that hope is supposed to be fulfilled, and it says faith is supposed to become sight, but it's not right now. Sorry. And the greatest of these is love. 1 second. So
I'm crying too. That's okay.
I got so soft. Okay. And then I kept going. And I said, although I am not black, and I will probably never have the fear of not being able to breathe, but I stand with those who do. I will stand for the oppressed, but I will choose love. In saying this, I do not believe in people saving people. I believe in God saving people. But I do believe in people fighting and protecting each other. And I will stand. I will bring a light. I will mourn for those who are lost. My heart will continually break for people that have to fight for their lives. I will educate myself more, and I will fight for them, but I can't truly save them. Only God can do that, and only love can do that. And I think that's the biggest thing that we're missing. I think that's the biggest thing that we're missing is the concept of love and how we're supposed to love one another, and that we can fight for people, we can think that we save them, but we're not the ones saving them. God is the only person in the world that could ever do that. And that's something that when I'm going to go to the Black Lives Matter movement on Friday at 12, I think, downtown. But me solely cannot save all of those people and not change all of these people's minds. But what I can do is I can love them. I can pray for them. I can fight for them. I can be a voice. And I hope you guys know that as scary as it is, racism and disunity is still a thing. And it's in Kelowna. It's not as bad as the States, which we need to pray for the States. We need to be there for them. But we need to realize that this is the hard truth. And this is what is happening in our world. And I would love to see you guys at the Black Lives Matter movement. It's peaceful, so don't worry, we're not rioting or anything, because that's not love. But just remember to, when you're promoting unity and when you're promoting peacefulness, what you're really promoting is God, and you're promoting love, and that's the solution. So that's kind of just what, and as tying it all, like Amos talked about trial, Amber talked about taking God with you, and Jonah talked about love. And that wasn't planned, and I think God spoke to us all differently, and that's just the hard truth.
That was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for sharing your hearts. Thank you guys for being vulnerable. I was crying with you, Vanessa. It's a hard topic. It's not something that we even really talked about talking about, but it kind of, by the Holy Spirit, it's here, and we're talking about it, and we're not afraid to talk about it, and we're here, and we're probably not going to say everything perfectly, but we need to talk about it. We can't shy away from it. We love you. We're praying for you guys through these interesting times. We thought that 2020 wouldn't get much worse, but it's here. And like I said at during our prayer time, man, 2020 is really is opening our eyes to really seeing how desperately our world needs Jesus, and that's where we come in. We get to spread that love. We get to live our lives like Jesus did, one person at a time, one meal at a time, one conversation at a time. It might seem daunting, it might seem scary with all the stuff going on, but we take it one step at a time, one story at a time, one conversation at a time, one cup of coffee at a time, one smile at a time, one hug at a time, right? And we share the love of Jesus to others. I just want to pray just to close, and we're gonna let you guys go. And I hope you guys are still on Zoom, and I can't wait to see you guys in person. But I just want to pray for this time that we had, and for you guys. Father God, I just thank you so much for this time that we had, and God, even through being able to meet online, even through the pandemic and social distancing. God, I'm just so thankful that we can just still keep moving forward with our youth ministry and keep connecting with our students. But God, I ask that you would just soften our hearts during this difficult season, in this confusing season, in this maybe frustrating season. God, would you soften our hearts to receive? Would you soften our hearts to be open to conversation? Would you soften our hearts and take the pride out? Would you take the incompetence out and the ignorance out? God, would you rid us of anything that would get in the way of what you're trying to do in our lives? Like Amber was saying, get us out of the way, get me out of the way so that you can move in this time, God, because it's exactly what Vanessa said, that only you can save. Only you can save. I can share, I can be the hands and feet of Jesus, but only you can save a soul. Only you can save, God. That we just ask for your love during this time, God, and your grace in this difficult season, God, and your wisdom, God. Would you help us in Jesus' name? Amen. Hey, we love you guys. Sorry we went a bit over time than we wanted to, but we hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we cannot wait to see you guys next week. Next week we're doing Connect groups, and we're meeting in person. I'm so excited. Again, if you guys have questions, you want to talk, we have amazing leaders in our youth ministry here, willing to open up a conversation. DM us, DM me personally if you want to. But we love you guys, we miss you guys, and we can't wait to see you. And thanks for joining us online. This is our last youth service online, so yeah, we've had fun, but we're ready to see you. So we'll see you next week. We love you. Thanks.